At the electoral body IEBC's offices, a flurry of activities as lawyers representing various parties in the Makueni Senate by-election eligibility controversy submitted their written memoranda as directed by the Commission's Dispute Resolution Tribunal. The submissions made on the eve of a critical ruling by the tribunal, chaired by Commissioner Thomas Letangule, a ruling that will determine whether the Jubilee Coalition and the opposition team CORD will field candidates in the Makueni Senate by-election contest on the 22nd of this month.
One lawyer from... Yes, thank you. Move forward.
The memoranda reinforcing the oral submissions by the legal teams on Friday and Saturday that sparked a political and legal showdown.
Listen, I want you to understand us.
Commissioners, the complaint before you is not against the IEBC. It is against Diana Kethi Kilonzo. You must give my advocate the liberty.
All right, let's stop. Okay, thank you, Kethi.
Thank you.
The tribunal will have to determine whether Kethi is a registered voter and the authenticity of the documents she submitted to IEBC for clearance to contest the seat that fell vacant following the demise of her father Mutula Kilonzo in April.
In the first book, was the name of Kethi Kilonzo there?
No.
The second book?
No.
The third book?
No.
Despite the electoral body's insistence that she was featuring nowhere in the roll of voters, Kethi has maintained that she was a registered voter and submitted documents whose authenticity the tribunal will have to determine.
The booklet, which has a serial number, which Miss Kilonzo used to register, it was only used to register the former president, and therefore it could never have left the commission.
If the tribunal in its verdict determines that Kethi was not a registered voter and that the documents she submitted to the Makueni County Returning Officer for clearance were obtained fraudulently, then she could land in trouble with the Law Society of Kenya, including suspension from the Club of Learned Friends. Just like Kethi, the fate of NARC's candidate Professor Phillip Kaloki is in the hands of Commissioners Letangule, Mohamed Alawi and Yusuf Nzibo. The tribunal will determine Monday if the former Kibwezi lawmaker had qualified to fly the NARC flag in the Makueni Senate contest. Critics insist that Kaloki, a former ally of former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, had not been a member of NARC, that is in the Jubilee Coalition, long enough to be its candidate.
I resigned from Wiper on May 23rd. I joined NARC on June the 3rd. So that is still outside the 45 days. And so if you talk about the compliance, I'm all right.
If the tribunal rules that Kethi and Kaloki are ineligible to be on the Makueni Senate contest ballot paper, the race will narrow down to one between John Harun Mwau of PIC and Jane Kitundu, who has been cleared to vie on a Labour Party of Kenya ticket. The IEBC tribunal's verdict could as well seal the political and legal fate of a lawyer who captured the nation's attention with her prowess during the presidential election petition at the Supreme Court. It will also determine whether the Wiper Democratic Party and the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy CORD will field a candidate in the upcoming Senate by-election in Makueni County, scheduled for the 22nd of this month. Francis Gachuri, Sunday Live, Nairobi.